ICE eyeing Ohio next could target Haitian immigrants. ICE could target Haitian immigrants in Ohio after TPS expiration, a deep dive report. Good evening. Tonight's top story: Homeland Security's controversial shift in immigration enforcement could soon bring Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, into the heart of the Midwest. As temporary protected status for Haitian immigrants is set to expire, officials, families, and communities in Ohio are preparing for what some fear could be one of the next major interior immigration operations in the nation. This unfolding situation marks a stark moment in U.S. immigration policy, with legal uncertainty, political division, and humanitarian concerns at the forefront. Temporary protected status, commonly known as TPS, is a humanitarian program that allows people from countries devastated by disaster or conflict to live and work in the United States without fear of deportation. For Haitian nationals, many of whom fled violence, political instability, and extreme poverty, TPS has been a lifeline for more than a decade. However, that protection is scheduled to expire on February 3rd unless extended by the courts or federal action. Once TPS ends, the legal status of roughly 350,000 Haitian nationals nationwide, including tens of thousands living in Ohio communities, could immediately change, putting them at risk of deportation and enforcement by IC. Springfield, Ohio, a small city of around 60,000, has become a focal point of this story. Here, Haitian immigrants form a significant part of the community, with estimates suggesting 12,000 to 15,000 Haitians live in Springfield and Clark County. Local officials, residents, and advocacy groups in Springfield are bracing for the potential arrival of ICE enforcement teams, a prospect that has stirred anxiety, urgency, and deep concern within the Haitian community and beyond. Springfield's mayor has stated that there is no confirmed public plan from federal authorities, but that city leaders are engaging with state officials and preparing for various outcomes. Once TPS expires, the legal grounds that have shielded Haitian nationals from deportation will disappear unless a court blocks the federal action. At that point, individuals could be considered undocumented if they have not secured another lawful status. That change could lead to a sharp rise in ICE enforcement activity, including arrests, detentions, and removal proceedings. Local authorities in Ohio are watching federal signals closely, though officials admit they have received mixed signals from Washington about whether ICE will carry out a targeted operation. Governor Mike DeWine described it as unwise to end TPS and emphasized that state law enforcement officers expect ICE to maintain proper procedures if they act. The fate of Haitian TPS isn't fully sealed. In a significant legal development, a federal judge temporarily blocked the Trump administration's effort to terminate protections for Haitian immigrants, saying that the move may have been unlawful and motivated by bias. That ruling offers at least a momentary reprieve, but leaves open the legal battle ahead. Still, without a final resolution, the clock is ticking toward the scheduled expiration, and with it, the possibility that enforcement actions could follow. Across Ohio, not just in Springfield, communities are planning for a range of scenarios. Local school districts, law enforcement, churches, and nonprofits are organizing meetings and trainings to respond to possible ICE actions. Churches and advocacy groups have gone so far as to train volunteers in rapid response tactics. One church in Springfield held role-playing sessions to simulate interactions with immigration officers, a stark indicator of the community's fears. At the same time, community leaders are urging calm, emphasizing that any enforcement action must respect constitutional rights and human dignity. The potential deportation or removal of thousands of Haitian residents could have profound effects, economically, socially, and emotionally. Springfield's economy has grown in recent years in part due to the contributions of Haitian workers who fill essential jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, service industries, and more. Removing significant numbers of workers could trigger labor shortages, lost business revenue, and reduced consumer spending, local officials warn. Beyond economics, thousands of families face traumatic prospects. Parents separated from children, adults who have lived in the U.S. for years with no safe foothold in Haiti, and children reeling from uncertainty about their future. Local human rights advocates argue that many Haitians have little to no safe alternative but to remain in Ohio, given Haiti's ongoing crises of violence and instability. This situation has not existed in a vacuum. The broader political landscape around immigration has shaped both public perception and policy direction. During the 2024 presidential campaign, Springfield became a flashpoint when some national political figures amplified unfounded rumors about Haitian immigrants, including a viral false narrative that Haitians were harming pets in the community. Officials quickly debunked these claims as baseless and harmful. The escalation of rhetoric has heightened tensions, introducing racial and cultural elements into what is already a complex legal and humanitarian issue. Ohio's governor has expressed concern over the pending expiration of TPS, but clarified that decisions about enforcement are federal, not state, responsibilities. Local mayors and council members have taken proactive steps, from resolutions urging transparent enforcement to discussions with law enforcement and social services about possible scenarios. Some officials also warn that enforcement without adequate planning could disrupt public safety, reduce trust in local institutions, and make immigrants less likely to cooperate with police when needed. Hundreds of Ohioans, Haitian and non-Haitian alike, have shown up at rallies and church events to support families facing the potential loss of status and enforcement actions. These gatherings emphasize compassion, solidarity, and a call for justice as the community prepares for what lies ahead. One local organizer described the Haitian residents not merely as contributors to the economy, but as neighbors, friends, and family members whose well-being is tied to the community's overall health. As February 3rd approaches, uncertainty remains. The expiration of temporary protected status could bring increased ICE enforcement into Ohio if legal protections are not extended and federal agencies choose to act. Communities like Springfield stand at the intersection of national immigration policy and local humanitarian concern, a place where law, livelihood, and lived experience collide. Officials at every level emphasize that planning, communication, and respect for due process are critical in the days ahead. At the same time, grassroots groups and everyday residents are preparing for the emotional and practical realities of a moment that could reshape lives and reshape communities throughout Ohio. From legal battles in federal court to conversations in local churches and city halls, the question remains, how will the United States balance enforcement with compassion, legality with humanity?